Okay, information always changes on cameras twice a year. Right now is the flux point time for Fujifilm. Right now all the stores have the X100T in stock, but they're not releasing them for fear of Fuji ripping their heads off because it's not supposed to be released until the 23rd. But aside from that, one of the key reasons that Fujifilm is making the X-T20 is that it opens up the door for them to get to have new Fuji customers. Those people that want to dip their toes in the waters of Fujifilm but don't want to spend $1,600 on a Fujifilm X-T2. The X-T20 basically has 85% plus of the capability of the Fuji X-T2. Autofocus speed and tracking. It doesn't have the same abilities in 4K video, obviously. It does have a touchscreen, which even the X-T2 does not have, which will, of course, later be adopted. That was the one plus that they added to the X-T20. They certainly could have added it to the X-T2, but they wanted to have the X-T20 to have something, at least, that the X-T2 did not, and that is what it has. I mean, that's by design by Fuji for at least 2 years now, that it's been in development for sure. Right now, the X-T1 used is going for about $600. The X-T20, which is basically like an X-T2 light version, kind of like, diet soda, diet soda version of the full power X-T2, $900. Right now, it's questionable to recommend an X-T1 in any condition. Basically, given that they're going for about $600, $650. For $300 more, is it worth it to purchase an X-T20? And the answer to that would almost certainly be yes. Some of the ergonomics of the X-T20, I had an X-T10, you get the same ergos, are not all that desirable. The viewfinder's not as big, but it's certainly big enough. But for $300 more, it's be well worth waiting here another month or a month and a week for the X-T20 to come out. So that's the Fujifilm front. I can't wait to get the X100F. Even though the GFX is set to release here very, very soon, I'm not that excited about it. Basically, even though it's a wonderful camera, even though I haven't had hands on it yet, I mean, the many people I've talked to that have, and I just shot medium format for ages, and a lot of people don't even realize what medium format is. I mean, some people reported, well, the autofocus tracking is slow, and the answer to that is that if anybody really knows what medium format is, nobody that actually knows gives a shit about that. And it's not meant to be a fast camera for street photography. It is very expensive. Where Fuji's going to nail you is in the lenses, of course. Their production costs are not that much higher over regular Fujifilm X series lenses, but the price is astronomically higher, so they are giving you a decent price on the camera body. Not really. I know what dealer cost is on a GFX. It's $5,200. Don't repeat that to anybody. Yeah, but that's actually what dealer cost is on a Fuji GFX. The camera body sells for $6,500, but the actual cost, dealer cost, is $5,200. Excuse me, which sells for $6,500. I just shot medium format for ages. I'm going to get it and mess around with it. I think I like to have it, but I actually can't rationally use it or justify having it. It's not a camera I'd want to pack around with me anywhere, but it's not made for that. A lot of people are going to be very ignorantly, some people with more money than brains are going to be ignorantly buying the camera thinking, well, this is just basically like a large Nikon D810. You know, it's a 50 megapixel, and it's going to be slow and methodical. That's what it's designed for. I mean, that camera is designed, for corporate product and the commercial work and the high-end portraiture. It should be married with a tripod at least, 60% of the time, and it should always have an entourage of speed lights and specifically actually studio strobes to follow it around to get the full potential out of a system like that. And I maybe buy it. I'm certainly going to test it and review it, obviously so, but that's what's coming down the pipe from Fujifilm here. I absolutely cannot wait to get my hands on the X100F. Actually, that is the camera This year I'm only excited about two things, actually. The X100F and whatever Nikon rolls out this year, which I know Nikon's going to roll out a full-frame version of the Nikon D500, essentially. So that's the other biggie that Nikon will, to be sure, announce in June or July. To be sure, it'll be announced in June, to be released in August or September or October, something like that. But that's what Fuji has coming down the pike. Let me know if you have any questions on Fuji, but things have shifted, and right now, while the X-T1, I've still got my X-T1s, but right now I really couldn't recommend the X-T1 other than the ergonomics over the X-T20, which are identical to the X-T10 that I had, because for $300 more it is worth it to have that much faster autofocus tracking system on the X-T20 for $900. And Fuji will lure in a lot of people that were unwilling to front $1,600 for an X-T2, which is understandable. That most people don't care about doing 4K video anyway, but it will get them in the door on Fuji. Let me know if you have any questions on Fujifilm lenses. I own every Fujifilm lens except for two of them that I don't want. Fujifilm lenses, by the way, are going to go back on sale, as well as bodies, except for the new stuff, are going to go on sale here sometime right around Easter, I'm told, or right after the Easter time. So here in about 3 weeks or so, I believe, is when the next Fujifilm sale is going to happen. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Let me know if I could help you on anything, and I will catch you later. Bye.